What's going on, y'all? It's the kid JayZs here. Hey man, we gotta talk about something serious today. It's gonna get a little spooky out here for some of these songwriters, okay? Reports are now saying that Beyonce is out here doing background checks on songwriters that are contributing to her upcoming album, Renaissance Act 1. Alright, so in lieu of all the Me Too's and all of the people out here that are getting in trouble for sexual misconduct, forms of abuse, things of that nature, man. Hey, y'all time is not gonna be too much longer in this music game. If more artists are like Beyonce and they follow up and start doing this, a lot of y'all gonna be out of jobs, man. And I'm honestly not too far against this, you feel me? Because at some point we do gotta stop rewarding the bad behavior in this game. Now y'all know a couple weeks ago I talked about this guy who went too far in his discipline to his daughter. You know what I'm saying? She's like severely hurt, brain damage, not knowing if she's ever gonna be able to talk again. And he was an aspiring rapper. And I talked about how we got to stop letting people like this into the music game. So I'm going to stand firm on what I said before. Now, I do understand that there's times where allegations and things of that nature may be false. You know what I'm saying? You may be falsely accused, or, you get acquitted, or things of that nature where, you go to court, you get found that you're not guilty, you're innocent, you should be absolved. However, I do think we might need to start looking at people's backgrounds, they rap sheets, who they are, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, number one, as an investment, if you're coming into the music industry and you want to get signed to a label, I don't think it's too far beyond the call of duty for them to look into who you are before they invest hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars into you as an artist, as an investment, if they don't know what you might be liable to do. So that's number one. Number two, as a songwriter and you're contributing to Beyonce's album, people actually go read the credits. So people are gonna be looking at, okay, dang, who was the writer that came up with this? Oh, such and such. Let me see what they're about. And if the first thing that comes up is some type of severe criminal case that you served time for and were found guilty in, people are going to start questioning, well, dang, what type of people is Beyonce surrounding herself with? Now, it's well known that just because you write for the big artists in the game, it doesn't mean that they're your friends. It don't mean that they're your buddies. You know what I mean? But do common folk really know that? Absolutely not. They're going to be looking at the circle you keep and the company you keep, and they're going to feel like, well, you're co-signing this. You're allowing this to happen because you were aware of it, which most times you're probably not. But to people's perception, and we're living in this time where all it takes is a couple tweets and people's careers may not be over, but it definitely stands in jeopardy, you know what I mean? To where people are now at the mercy of public perception of this story. How far is this story gonna go, whether it's true or not, you feel me? So I do think that this practice might catch some wind in the industry. And for those of y'all that been out here, being abusive, you know what I mean? Those of y'all that been out here trying to live that gangster life, and, you know what I mean? It might get a little spooky for you because the music game might not be as welcoming. It might get just as tough as trying to go and get a job for some of y'all. You know what I mean? Now, I do believe in second chances. I believe in third chances in a lot of cases. But, hey, man, Queen B is here to change up the game. Now, one thing I am curious about is JayZ's position in all of this, because he is doing all of this extensive work as far as the judicial system and trying to make sure that rap lyrics don't get used in court. They're trying to make sure that people are not being improperly sentenced or falsely sentenced, or doing time that's not actually supposed to be for them, things of that nature. I do find this a little bit interesting. What if you were found guilty for like drug possession or something like that? Does this person get disqualified? What are the actual ramifications, or what are the passable crimes, I guess you could say, that somebody would overlook in the case of like, okay, we got this songwriter on the project, this song is fire, but this came back on their background check. Are we gonna move forward with the record or not? You know what I mean? Now it starts to get sticky. You know what I mean? Like Dre said, you know how sticky it get? You know how sticky it get? Because now, if it becomes a situation where it's between one person and the next, now you gotta weigh the options and say, well, dang, whose offense is greater? Whose offense is lesser? Who are we gonna go with? You know what I mean? Not to say that everybody that's writing on the album is gonna have criminal issues, but just in case it does, because as y'all know, music is one of those places where no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is, you're pretty much able to find a home. Like I said, it's gonna get spooky for y'all. Y'all better clean up y'all act. If you have not got caught for what you've been doing, hey man, it's about time to stop. It's about time to turn a whole new leaf, get saved. You know what I'm saying? Find Jesus, find Allah, whoever you got to find. You know what I mean? Because they've already passed on 2 records from 2 separate artists. You know what I'm saying? The reports are saying that they've already cut off 2 artists. Like, your background ain't clean enough. We're going to move on. We're not going to use your song. On to the next. You know what I mean? So Beyonce ain't taking no chances. She wants a foolproof rollout for this album. She don't want no hiccups. She don't want none of y'all folks coming in ruining. You know what I mean? Because you know how it goes. You know what I mean? Just as a classic or just as a really popular album can drop, that all of that momentum can be killed just by a couple of news stories that say, boom, this is what this person did. This is what the person that wrote this song for Beyonce did. And everybody starts pointing the finger at the artist, even whether or not they know. And like I said before, most times they don't know what these people do in their personal time. We go to the studio, we create. What you do when you leave here is none of my business. But according to Beyonce's team, it absolutely is becoming their business. Now, in other Beyonce news, we're not stopping there. It's being reported that Beyonce is currently making history with her latest single, Break My Soul. This song is actually her 20th top 10 hit. All right, she got 20 hits, solidified top 10. A lot of people don't meet that standard. Matter of fact, she's actually the first woman to earn at least 20 top 10s as a soloist and 10 as a member of a group. So that's a solid 30. Real hits. We ain't talking about just stuff that got played on the radio. We talking about real hit records. Talking about all 30 smashed through her verses. You feel me? And although she's the first woman, she's actually the 3rd artist to accomplish this, all right? So she joins the company of Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson, all right? So when Jay-Z said Beyonce is the new Michael Jackson and people got up in arms about it, I don't think that he was too far off with his assessment. Not to say that she's at that same level, but as far as the numbers go, as far as the track record goes, as far as the entertainment goes, I don't see too many people that's coming close. And don't tell me none of these people that really just be dancing and can't sing. In further Beyonce news or Destiny's Child news, Method Man was recently on Math Hoffa's podcast talking about how he came across them in the early 2000s at a really dark time in his life and how he felt like he disrespected Destiny's Child at an awards show, not because he was just being a jackass, but mainly because he had met Beyonce and them on tour while he was with Jay-Z, and he saw them at an awards show, Destiny's Child. He said, hey, y'all, what's up? You know what I mean? And apparently they didn't actually hear him. So somebody else was like, hey, this is Method Man right here. They turned around and they greeted him and showed him love. And he was like, oh, nah, y'all could keep all that Hollywood stuff. Keep it to yourself. And walked off. But now, about 20 years later, he's actually apologizing. He said that was a dark time in his life and that the reason why he felt so offended was because at that time he was being positioned in the game where his label and people around him, you know what I'm saying, they were basically starting to put questions in his mind of what his value was as an artist. So he was second guessing himself. He felt like his celebrity may have been withering away. He felt like his respect in the game was withering away. So he felt like, dang, this just solidifies exactly what I've been thinking. Like, y'all don't want to speak to me on your own volition, but somebody else introduce me. Now you want to say what's up? Nah, y'all could keep it. But he goes back and he says, yo, that was just my low self-esteem talking. I was on all types of drugs. I was just trying to get by. I didn't even enjoy rapping. I didn't even enjoy myself. He goes on to say that his family dealt with a lot from him during this time. So he wanted to issue an apology to the entire group, Destiny's Child, Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle, and say, y'all did not deserve that. My grandest apologies. I was in the wrong. And I just want y'all to know. But that's all I got for y'all on this one, man. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Do you think that Beyonce should be running background checks on these songwriters for her upcoming album Renaissance? What do y'all think about her joining the company of Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson as one of only 3 artists to ever catch over 20 Billboard top 10 hits? And let me know what y'all think of Method Man's apology to the entire Destiny's Child. I wanted to go ahead and just get all of this out in one video. Didn't want to have to break this up because each subject was kind of like its own little mini portion. But let me know what y'all think, man. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. We got a lot more content and I got much more to come, all right? Much love and respect. Peace.